Lot going on at the house today. So we got this is the laundry room. Got the laundry room window in. See how big the window was before? Now it's small. And literally it just creates so much space, wall space. And then backing up, I got that closed off. The only thing, it just not as bright in here, but we do have a light. So, and then we just took that off and getting ready to install the old window frame from one of the rooms and placing it in there, and then we're going to install the new replacement window. So while the guys are working on the window over there, I thought I would show you what their previous work was. So they put that new window in and closed this one in. And then this front window is installed. And it just looks so different without the awnings and the black shutters. It's kind of looking like a normal house. And there's the laundry room window that we put in, a little small window, which just makes the room huge, but that's a big window that came out. And my dumpster pile of old pipe, windows, awnings, trash. I really don't want to get it out of the dumpster, but I'm kind of putting it off, waiting, so we only have it a short period of time instead of having it for a month. So my pile of trash keeps getting bigger and bigger, but today it got smaller. So I posted, we had all those wood windows that we took out, and I posted on Facebook for somebody to come get them. And lo and behold, 5 minutes later, I get a message, is it really free? And I said, yep. She came today and took all of them. The lady who got them, I asked her what she was going to do with them, and she said that they were building some kind of encapsulation or shelter or whatever for strays, and she wanted windows, but she needed something for the floor. And I was like, well, what else do you need? And oh, like cinder block and this and that. Well, girl, we got some cinder block. So she came, for about 20 minutes, sat there and loaded up her car with probably 20 cinder block, and still hadn't gotten it all, but she may come back and get the rest of it. So, you know, it just helps to help people out, and I got rid of trash that I don't have to throw away. So, hey. So without the awnings, it's really bright in here, super bright in here, and it's all pretty cleaned up. Just a little scan. Was kind of hoping the drywall guys were gonna come today, and they showed up this morning and stayed for 30 minutes and took inventory of what they needed, and that was 6 hours ago. So kind of hope they come back. Look how bright it is down the hallway without those awnings on. So big day today is we got all the windows in that we didn't have to special order. Most of the windows are 36 by 54. Like all the front windows are all special orders. So these are 40 by 54. And I don't carry those. I have 2 of those, and then I have the big window in the panel room. So today what we did was installed this one, was the last one, or second to last one to install, and then we trimmed it out, and along with, we decided on the straight block and the straight 1x4 trim instead of going with the fancy stuff, just to make it simple. It will match the doors that we have coming in. And got the kitchen window in. And now the kitchen window, we opted to take the window sill out so it doesn't have that overhang to get in the way of the kitchen faucet. So, looks pretty good. So my job today was a very technical job, and it was to fill all the gaps in between the window and the frame of the window, because these are replacement windows. So we left the frame, which is how new construction windows come with the frame. Well, we left the frame and just got the actual window, and in between it leaves this gap. So this is where you get, I don't know if you can see it, but there is one little spot right there. You see that hole? Well, the whole thing was open and you could see outside, just like that is right there. Oh, look, you can see something outside. So I'm gonna have to fill this too as well. So this will have to fill as well. But I got to fill all of that. Super simple. All I did was cut up little bitty bits of insulation like this, as you can see kind of where I stripped it. You take it up and it's like this thin, and then you just pull it apart and you just use this to cram it down into the windows, in between the windows, and did all the windows that way. So before they got the trim up in all these windows, we had to do that. And then Ted and Chris came along and put the 1x4s up, and then this little piece too, which is called a window stop, goes up along the side, kind of finishes it out, and then you caulk. And you see all the little places that you got to caulk and fill in all those lovely nail holes, which I didn't have any spackle. So in here, all the other windows, we left the windowsills. So they're not in terrible shape, but just a good sanding to kind of get some of this paint thickness off, and it will work well. But a big showing today. So I'm gonna show off the panel room just a little bit. With the awning off, it just brightens up this room really nice. It just really does a good job. So technically what I'm doing with this room is this, of course, I had to order all these windows. They'll be in 3 weeks, which is okay. It is what it is. So in here, basically what I'm going to do is we've got our doors that are going to go in. We're going to finish, down here we're going to finish the baseboards. We're going to sand all those and paint them white. All the trim around the door will be painted white. And the panel is going to act like the color of a room, like you would paint the room like a blue or a green or what have you. Well, we're going to leave the panel as the color of the room. So there's no painting over it. And I think with white trim all the way around, it's going to look pretty good. And then the floor, this is where I haven't come to terms with what I really want to do with the floor, is I am really considering carpeting the bedrooms. Now, I don't know if that's true, but if I'm going to actually do this, but like we really have to take up some of this, because look, they laid that, they put the wrong, the piece wrong, the shoe mold, it's laying down wrong. See that gap? Woohoo! Also, our best friend is foam spray insulation. Let me tell you what, you got some spray foam and you can do some stuff. So we've got it in between like everything just to bridge that gap. But in the floor where we took the door out, we took the old jamb out, and we had about an inch gap between, and you could just feel this cold air coming up from the bottom. So Ted went in and spray foamed that up, and no more cold air coming in. And we also do that like around the plumbing. We still have this open so you can see like where you have holes that go into the basement and the plumbing basement, crawl space, whatever you want to call it. But like that's an old drain hole since the drain's now coming up from the bottom. So these will eventually be closed off and drywalled off. But it's getting there and it's getting cleaned up and it's not looking too shabby. Pretty soon you won't be able to see that door. That window's gonna be closed out. And then we'll be able to, once they do the drywall, we will put the window trim around the other 3 windows, and then also start installing all the doors, because some of the doors require drywall before we put them up. So in some rooms, but not all of them. So that's the scoop for this week. So hopefully next time you see that all the drywall will be up. He's supposed to deliver the drywall today and then tomorrow install. So we'll see how that goes. But everything's been delayed here and there because everybody's got other jobs. So we'll go from there. See ya. Bye.